Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bradley here bringing you this week's DG Primer video. For the next few weeks, we're going to be going through the book of First John. First John is an epistle. That means it's a letter, and it was written by the same guy that wrote Second John, but also the same guy that wrote the Revelation of John and the guy that wrote the Gospel according to John. All of these are the same author, which is awesome because this is an author that I really love. He has a really unique style of writing. He has a really kind of fun flavor to the way that he writes. Just think with me, the beginning of the Gospel according to John starts like this. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. What? Like, that is crazy, beautiful, creative. Just, he doesn't approach things the same way that normal authors and normal writers will approach things. You think about the beginnings of other gospels. This is where Jesus was born, and this is who he was born to. But with John, he just takes this big kind of cosmic approach to Jesus and to God. And I love that style that he brings through all of his writings. Here in First John, we see that especially, and I want to highlight a couple of verses for you guys. I'll read them, and we'll explain it really quick, and then we'll talk more about it at DG's. But in First John, starting in verse 5, it says this: "This is the message we have heard from him and declare to you, God is light. In him there is no darkness at all. If we claim to have fellowship with him and yet walk in the darkness, we lie and do not live out the truth." Whoa, that's pretty big. Like, if we have any darkness in us, we're living a lie. We're not living the truth. We're not living in fellowship with God. Is that what you're saying, John? I think he clarifies this down in verse 9. He says this: "If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness." And just before that, it's compared with this: "If we claim to be without sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us." We actually were talking about this recently in one of our DGs about what it means to live the Christian life. And I think John here in kind of this creative style that he has, he's describing this really well for us. Man, we're going to stumble. And just because you're a Christian, just because you're a follower of Jesus, your life is not going to be perfect and it's not going to be easy and things aren't always going to go well for you. But John tells us what we do in the face of challenging times. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and he will forgive us. That is the call from Jesus to you and to me, that as we live our lives, as we walk, when we do stumble, we should be humble enough to confess our sins so that we can be forgiven. Man, I think this is such a challenging message, such an insightful look into what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. I hope you guys are excited to talk about this in DG. 1 John 1 is where we're going to be spending time this upcoming week. I can't wait to see you at DG. I know your leaders can't also. Man, it's going to be fun. So prepare. It's just really short. 1 John 1 is only 10 verses. So I hope you'll read it, and I hope you'll come with some questions and some good ideas to talk about with your DG. See you next time.